I'm here in Pasir Ris in eastern Singapore, and I've come here to search for something that could be the key to addressing one of the biggest challenges our planet faces.
Our world is facing an unprecedented crisis. Climate change is no longer a distant threat, it's a reality we must confront. While efforts are underway to combat this global challenge, there's a solution that's often overlooked.
There's the usual suspects that we often talk about when it comes to climate change. I'm talking about deforestation, fossil fuels, and industrial emissions. But there's something that's having a colossal impact on the climate that it seems almost no one is talking about. And if you look behind me, you'll see the answer.
The solution is mangroves. They may well be one of the most critical factors in addressing climate change. They are an ecological powerhouse, and today I'm going to explain why that's the case.
Here I am in the midst of mangroves all around me. I've got to say that they look almost a little haunting with the whole root system above the ground. But I can tell you that they play an absolutely vital role in carbon sequestration around the world. They already capture in 1% of the carbon from the atmosphere, but they capture 14% of all of the carbon captured by oceans around the world. It ends up coming to 24 million metric tons of carbon that is put back into the soil underground. They're an absolutely vital and yet often overlooked tool in the fight against climate change.
Unlike typical forests where carbon is stored mostly in the biomass, mangroves lock it away in the soil itself. This underwater vault can hold carbon for centuries, allowing mangroves to store up to 4 times more carbon per hectare than tropical rainforests. This incredible capability makes mangroves a powerful and often overlooked tool in our fight against climate change.
The statistics around mangroves are very alarming. Over the last 2 decades, we've lost almost 35% of mangroves worldwide. And over the next 25 years, it looks like we're going to lose 20% more. The thing is that the loss is far more accelerated in countries like Bangladesh, Indonesia, and Brazil. This is a huge tragedy because mangroves play such an important role in carbon capture. They capture up to 4 times more carbon than conventional rainforests.
They're not just about protecting our coasts or looking after the marine life. They're about our very survival. Protecting and restoring mangroves is not just a local issue, it's become a global necessity. Their loss is our loss, and their protection is a vital part of the solution to the climate crisis we all face.
Mangroves have been a vital part of coastlines all around the world, including here in Singapore. But as urban development intensified, Singapore started to lose its mangroves. There used to be 13,000 hectares of mangroves surrounding the coastline of Singapore, but now there's only 100 hectares.
The story of Singapore's mangroves is a microcosm of a global phenomenon. Here, only 4% of the original mangrove forest still exists, but this local loss is representative of what is happening around the world. With the destruction of mangroves, numerous species lose their homes, and our fight against climate change loses an invaluable ally. This dramatic decline marks not just the loss of unique ecosystems, but upsets the delicate ecological balance we depend on. Coasts are far more vulnerable to erosion and extreme weather events. Natural fortresses once holding the line are in retreat. The implications stretch from our coasts to distant oceans, affecting the Earth's carbon cycle to biodiversity worldwide. We're still uncovering the exact consequences, but what's clear is that the potential outcomes are significant and possibly catastrophic.
Mangroves are so much more than these incredibly beautiful ecosystems. They can play a huge role in helping us capture more carbon, and by protecting mangroves, we can also protect biodiversity on the planet. This is clearly a really important issue, and mangroves can become a wonderful tool in our fight against climate change. So to that end, I'd love for you to check out the comments below where I'm going to share some resources for how we can all join in the fight to protect our mangroves. I'll see you down there.